Okay, I'm going to strip these carburetors down. I took this float wall off last fall. Actually, I should probably get it out. I think I did number it. Carburetors 1, 2, 3, 4. So I just drained this float wall and this one wouldn't drain. So the little drain screws right here on the side of the carb. Two are pointing this way, two are pointing that way. But this one wouldn't drain. So I'm gonna see if there's fuel still in it. If there is, I wanted to show you how bad it is. If there's any still in there. Just because this bike's been sitting, I did that first video last fall. So I guess it's been sitting for 4 years, this bike, and I've had it for, what, 8 months? So, now he did say he poured some fuel conditioner in there 4 years ago, but the fuel's turned to varnish. And the smell's terrible. Like, if you ever worked with old varnish fuel, you get it on your fingertips and it's on there for 3 days. I can wash my hands 100 times tonight, and I go to bed, I'm gonna smell it on my fingers. I'm gonna put my rubber gloves back on here in a second. It's already starting to drip out. That's why I got these paper towels here, so as soon as it leaks out, I can throw it outside. But I just wanted to show you how bad it is. Come on. I'm trying to hold this up and do this. There's that one. There's that one. Okay, now. I got a little dish here, 1 second. Where'd my dish go? There. I think I'm going to put my gloves on right now because I know I'm going to get that crap on my hand. Thanks to Jeff there, I got these. I'm going through them pretty quick. Oh, I broke the finger to that one. I'm going to start buying these. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Fourth one's here somewhere. There's the fourth one. Okay, get those hoses out of there. I just want to get this gas out of here. Tighten up the screw too. God, that ever smell. You wouldn't believe the smell in here right now. You can't see that too good, so come on. I don't know if you can see that in there. The color of that fuel goes, like, it just turns right to a varnish. It smells like varnish. I gotta go dump that outside. That gets on your clothes, you may as well throw them out. Okay. And where's my light? if you can see in there. Turn this light off here, that one there. There, you should be able to see that in there. Like it's, you know what hash oil is? That's the best comparison to it. It's like a tar. It's just like gum. And that's why it wouldn't come out the drain hole. The drain hole is just plugged with it right there. And all these carbs are going to be like that. The jets too. So I ordered a carb kit and jets. I'm going to throw this right into my carb cleaner. Oh, does it ever stink? Gee. Here's my box of parts. Here's 4 carb kits. Those things, I can't remember the price of them now, but they were almost free. I just couldn't believe how cheap I got them. I don't see them on there anymore, but okay, yeah, oh, that's better. Yeah, there's the other float bowl there I cleaned out. See the difference in there? I had this in the carb cleaner for a few hours. Maybe it was overnight. I don't remember now, but okay. So I know these carbs are really gummed up, and what I want to do is, that's why I'm going to film this too, so remember how it all goes back together. But I'm going to split the carburetors all up and then soak them individually. That's the clutch cable holder on carb number 3. L-shaped bracket. Now it goes down. God, it stinks, that stuff. Oh my God, it really stinks. Okay, I'm going to take these fuel lines off. This is the main inlet line, this one here. It's a plastic inlet tube, it's a T-tube, and they often crack as they go, they wear out, there's O-rings on them. And my understanding is the XS 1100, 1980, 81, 82 fit in there, and they're brass, solid brass. There's that one. This is the vent. Take that one off. And, pins only go in one way. So I'm putting this all in float ball number 1. These main inlets here, where the needle and seat is. It's got one screw holding it in. It's kind of different than a lot of the other bikes. Taking that out. And then this is pressed in, and there's an O-ring on the bottom of it. And if your bike's running rich, starting to get worse and worse gas mileage, it's going to be that O-ring on the bottom here. There's a little sediment screen on it, and there's an O-ring that's gone all flat. The carb kit comes with a new one. So that one goes in, that one there. I already took the jets out of this one. Okay, I got another bar across the bottom here. Oh, that one's fucked. So you get these ones out is you take a chisel and just give it a whack. Might be able to get that one with vice grips. Sometimes you can get vice grips on them. There we go. Otherwise, you gotta hit it with a chisel. That's your idle adjustment. Nice to have little baggies to put each of these different components in, which I might do. Okay. So, carb one there. Now the other thing is the choke plunger runs right across all of them. And they're set in with a set screw. It'll leave marks on the rod, so it won't be too hard to align when I'm done here. Not sure if it matters which way it goes out. I don't think so. Oh, stuff's just burning my nose, the smell of that shit. There's that one. Phone rang, so I'll take my gloves off, but I just got these all loosened off. Going to slide this choke rod out. These can only go on one way with a little clevis there. The clevis goes into the choke plunger. And the shaft has little pre-dent dimples where they all go, so you can't really screw that up. The gap between these two here where the cable goes is smaller than this end. So that's the way it goes. Maybe I'll put these all back on there for now. Put them right back into their spot. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Can't see what that makes. We got some papers there now. Put that on my box of parts. Okay, so this should pull apart now. There's a little spring for the return in here against that. So I do not want to lose that. That goes in between the throttle body ones, so I put that in my thing over there. Yeah, I want to soak this carb, so I got to take the diaphragm out. This is all for carb number 4. Even the needle's gummed up. Gonna take the choke plunger out too. Where's my 14? This is what I have to do to that Yamaha Venture because my choke plunger, I'm pretty sure it's leaking. There's a little rubber O-ring on the bottom there, and that's what seals it. If that starts to go, then they leak. Okay, so I'm putting all that in there. The carb kits come with new gasket, I believe. Yeah, everything's there. Doesn't come with a new choke though. So. Where's my knife? Oh, here it is. That's baked right on there. These inner pipes, take them off too. Anything with rubber, that carb cleaner is going to eat. Can't be any rubber on this thing. Okay, even this should come out. I might go out this way. There we go. All right, where'd that sucker go? This is your emulsion tube. Shoots air in with the fuel to break it up. It emulsifies the fuel. And these are all the little holes here. And they're pretty plugged. So that's going to be replaced. Just want to, I'll take this screw out here. It's got a new screw with a new rubber on it. Let's see, half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 2.5 turns out, but I don't think it's supposed to be that far out. Yeah, there it is. There's a little washer. And there should be a little O-ring in there. I see it. Oh, there it goes. Listen to that O-ring. Can you hear that? That's a piece of rubber. Shouldn't hear that. I like to find it though, because then I can match it up with the other one. With the new one. Oh. I'm going to put all the parts to carb 1 in here. Gasket even in there, put that in there, put that in there, that in there. There's that little O-ring right there. Put that in there. I'm gonna go get some more baggies so I can do all the carbs like that. This one's ready for the dunk tank. Looks pretty clean on this side. Oh, there's an air screw here. What's the number on that? Okay, now that's everything off of that. I wonder if it melted, but there was a basket in there. Oh, there's the handle. That's the handle there, I guess. One carb at a time. I've never done a carb like that, and I may not even have to do it like that. I could probably just clean those carbs out like I always do, but I'm gonna try it. Okay. That's it for that one. I just pulled apart that carb number 2 because I already had the float bowl off it, just to show you how gummed up those jets are. They completely gummed up solid. You know, there's just no way this bike would have ran. So they all got to be come to soaked right out and blown out. Okay, that's going to be it for today's video, and I'll let that cook overnight. They say this stuff will actually get warm as it's cleaning with the reaction. Okay, and this is what this stuff is. Got this in the States at AutoZone. I can't remember how much it was now. I think I said it in my first video. Been around 100 years. Okay, that's it. Found this metal bracket. It's the same gauge of metal as this here. Pretty darn close anyways. Yeah, maybe it's a little bit thinner. I think it'll work though. I think I'll cut it and I'll make a bracket out of it. Okay, it's I think it's around 11 o'clock right now, and I put the carb in here yesterday at 4 o'clock, so what's that, 19 hours, something like that? Let's see how it's doing. I'll get some gloves on. And some glasses. Put a rag here. Oh, that's better. Thought I saw steam coming off there. Let me pull that up. Stuff's pretty toxic, so you don't want to get it on your fingers, at least not too much of it. This was that float bowl with that gunk in the bottom. There's still some in there, but it looks pretty loose. I want to stick another carb in there in a minute. Hard to see from there, but it looks pretty clean. Well, this carb wasn't that bad. It's really carburetor number 1 is the worst. So I'm going to wash this off in some hot soapy water. But in the meantime, I'm going to stick another carb in here. So that was carb 4. This is carb 3. This is carb 2. I got a mark on there. Oh, that's carb 3. Carb 3, yeah, that's carb 3. Carb 2, I had to take that float bowl off on there. So number 2, I should make a mark right on here too. Put 2 right here. That's carb 2. This one's kind of dirty. Okay, let me get a container to put this one in. These are parts off carb 2. That. This. Holy crap, that's seized in there, that one. I can't even move the slide. Holy. There she goes. It's just gummed right in there. That carb would have never worked. Oh, come on. Stupid that mother. All new jets are going in there. Right on here, number 2. This one's number 4. Oh, it's in there pretty good. Really gummed up. That would have never ran. Okay, take the choke plunger out. Needle and seat. This one's going to be stuck in there. There we go. Coming up. And that air bleed in here. Mixture screw. This time I'm going to keep it together. That, and I get the O-ring out. Oh, there's the O-ring there, it came out with it. Okay, washer, then O-ring. Really small O-ring, just tiny. Okay, I think that's ready to be dunked in there. Oh, I'll take that out. It's got some rubber O-rings on it, and I'm not sure if they give me new ones or not, but yeah, that's it. Okay. That's good enough for now. See if I can get this gunk out of here. Okay, I'm going to clean away at this stuff. Okay, I wanted to show you something here. You got to check in your float bowl. This hole here and that hole down at the bottom, that's your pickup for the choke plunger. That's this pipe right here. This pipe goes into this hole. Right now I got a drill bit jammed in there. I'll take it out. It's so gummed up. I can't even get it out. It's so gummed up it doesn't work. So what I did is I just took my carb cleaner here with the straw on it, and I'm trying to blow it through this way to see if it's coming out that hole. Nothing. So then I stick the straw in here, try to blow it out this way. Nothing. It's plugged solid. So that feeds the choke tube right here. Goes up the side of the carb, makes a left-hand turn, goes up this pipe here, and then that's your choke. That's the back of your choke plunger right there. So it kind of makes a dog leg in there a bit, but yeah, it's plugged solid. It's not working. So I'm trying to run a drill bit through here and a drill bit through the other way, and I can just feel it's just a big lump of gum down in there. I'm gonna have to make sure they all work. But that's something to check for if you got some old set of carbs. Okay, I'm gonna keep working away on that. Okay, cleaned up this float bowl a little bit. Took out the drain screw, make sure that was clear, blew it all out. Had to drill this one out a little bit too to get the gum out of there. And now it works good. You just squirt some carb cleaner through both holes, blow it out. So that's good, that's good. Here's the carb kit, float bowl. I got the carb, you can't see from there, but I got the carb soaking in here. Soaking in a boiling hot. See the steam coming off that? My garage is pretty cold still. Blow this all off. There's that. That carb looks pretty good now. It does come with a new needle. Well, let me see what it comes. Oh, it also comes with a new seat there too. I thought it just came with the O-ring, but it comes with a new seat. Because these needles are gummed up, and this slide's gummed up, so I'm going to wipe it off really good with carb cleaner. But I always like to go with a factory needle, because if these things are made in China or somewhere, their dimensions aren't the same. They're different. They're not quite exact. It's supposed to be, but yeah, I can't read that writing there. Made in Taiwan. Taiwan might be better. Okay, put that over there. That goes there. Now, there was a little bag of O-rings. Right there. I'm a little disorganized. Get some stuff out of here. Put this over here. Carb cleaner. Let's get organized. Poison. Okay, here's the carb. Garbage. There's the old needle. This goes here. That goes there. This is garbage. New parts. Old parts here, new parts here. So these are old parts here. So what I'm looking for, I just had it yesterday. And this is just typical me. Goes there, that goes there. It's a little bag of all the O-rings. There it is. I guess these O-rings are for the tubes, and that little O-ring's for the air mixture screw. Let's get one carb back together. I'm gonna put this this new the seat, the needle and seat. This is the seat with the new O-ring and the new screen. Let's get that back in here. I might put just a little dab of silicone grease on that so it slides in without tearing it. Just, I mean, just the lightest little, just so it's damp. That's it. Push that down. If your old XJ's running rich all the time, burning up a lot of fuel, guaranteed it's that O-ring right there. Okay, so now, as I put the new part in here, I'm going to put the old part in the bag. This bag here. So that's that. That goes in there. Here's the little clamp. It's a little bit rusty. I'm going to clean that up. Okay, that goes like that. There's only one small screw that fits that. There's that. Pull that gasket out. Here's the two old jets. I'm going to throw them out. And here's the two new jets. There's the washer. There's the new emulsion tube. I'll stick that emulsion tube in first. Goes in from the top. These emulsion tubes are keyed. If you look down here, there's a little brass pin right on this side here, and it sticks out. There's a key in there, and then on here there's a fly cut on this one side of that emulsion tube, so it can only go in one way. Don't jam it in the wrong way. Fly cuts right there. And that's it. It's all the way up. So I'm going to clean this washer off a little bit. It's a little bit green too, so I'm going to get that cleaned off. And there's the main jet. I already checked out these jet sizes before, but this is a 102.5. That's stock. I'm going to hold my finger in there while I tighten up this one. I should have cleaned off that screwdriver tip. I could feel the grit on there before I started, but it's clear. Luckily that's the big jet. Here's the idle circuit jet. It's dang, can't see that number. like a magnifying glass here. $60 or $160? $160. Man, that seems big. Oh, that's the air bleed jet. It goes on the front here. That goes in there. That's the 160 that goes in there. Okay. Here's the idle jet. $40. Down there. Okay, so now they even give me some brass plugs here. Did I miss something? Yeah, they give me two brass plugs. Maybe if you have to drill out, you know, some holes in here for the mixture screw or something. It's the only place where I can see it to go, right there. That hole goes up to there. This blows right straight clear though, so that's good. This kit doesn't give me a new mixture screw, so I got to use the old one. So I'm going to clean it good. Air bleed. Does give me a new spring though, so I'll put the new spring in. That goes in there, that goes in there, that goes in there, that goes in there, and I'll put these two plugs in there too. There's the new spring, and I just saw that O-ring there. There's the washer. It's a new washer. There's the old washer. Put that in there. There's the new screw. New O-ring. I'm just going to put just a little bit of that on there too, a little silicone, or not silicone, a little synthetic grease on that O-ring. That was out 2 turns, 2 full turns when I took it out. Let me check another one here. I think that's too much, but let's see. Half. 1, 1.5, 2. Let me check this one. 1/2, 1, 1.5, 1 3/4. Let's do that. That's what that one's at. 1 3/4. Okay. There's the emulsion tube. Don't need that anymore. Put the choke plunger back in and just wipe it off. See. Off of that card. Just snug. Okay, so now I'm going to put the needle and float in last because you don't want that bouncing around. There's the old needle. There's that old air bleed jet. And I'm not going to use their needle. So I got to clean this all up here. I don't want to get this on the rubber, just down here. A little bit of Scotch-Brite on that needle. It's gummed up a little bit. Okay. This isn't keyed. Some of the old ones, the Makunis were keyed, but not the Keans. There's a little dimple right here in that diaphragm, that right there you gotta look for. And that's right here, there's a little dimple. Just like that. This looks pretty clean. I'm just going to polish this up, clean it up a little bit. Those Harbor Freight buffing wheels are the best investment. I think when I bought that, it was like 27 bucks or something, or 24 bucks. I don't know what they are now, but. Yeah, I gotta think, okay, that goes on the bike this way, and I believe that goes over there, so I'll have to check the video. I'll put this on loosely. Has to go there. I'm going to clean this up too. Guess I'm leaving that on. That looks a little cleaner. Goes there. A little circlip there for the needle. Okay, now the float. I couldn't stick this in a dunk cleaner because, you know, it's got this styrofoam here. It'll probably just eat it right up. So I'm going to try to wipe this off with some carb cleaner. Get it, just the metal part. This is pretty gummed up too. You got to make sure that's gonna move good. So. That's pretty good. But I'm still going to put a little bit of that PB Blaster in there, just to make sure. That number 2 float was stuck pretty good. You know, I could just bend this and it would stay in any position I put it in. Maybe if I got a drill bit that size, because it feels gummy to me. At least that's got some sharp edges on it. Yeah, that's taken off. Look at the shit it's taken off of that thing. Yeah, it's all green. That's the green shit in there. That's got to be cleaned out. Otherwise, it's going to stick and the floats aren't going to work properly. Okay, that's got to be a lot better than it was. Anyways. These only go in one way, I believe. And I thought I saw an arrow on one of the carbs. Well, we'll try it. That's it. It goes down to the last little bit, then you got to tap it in. It's a wedge fit. I got the perfect hammer for it. I gave that hammer to my grandson, but I got this one. I made this in high school. Probably 1973 or 4. That's it. I had a little miniature hammer. You could just tap that in. That works. First time I've used that in 50 years, 40 years, whatever it is. Okay. Now, gasket. Goes this way. Make sure this, it's the only way it can go that way. It's the only way it can go. It's got a blind hole here. Yeah, this one didn't have that, but I don't think it matters. I use the power screwdriver to take it apart, but not to put it together. one down. So the fuel tube goes, this is where the vent tube goes. Yeah, these are the O-rings for that crossover tube. So this is carb number 3 here. So this goes like this on the bike, and that goes like that. So take this out, and I got the O-rings for that here. Okay, this carb's all back together. Got the center vent tube, got the fuel tube. The kit came with 4 O-rings, so I put 2 on here and 2 on here, but so now when I go to the second carb kit, I'll have 4 O-rings. I'll be able to put 2 on here out of that one, and then 2 on the other side. There'll be enough to go around, but yeah, there's that carb. That one's ready to go. 3 more to go. That's the before and after, and that's not the chrome one. That's just the, you know, the bare metal one there with the coating on it. I just washed it off and then put it on the buffing wheel for less than a minute probably, and came out like that. Actually, I put it on the wire wheel first. Just gently went around it, took off the corrosion, and then put it on the buffing wheel, and it took me like a minute. That's gonna look pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna strip all these carbs here and get them all ready. Everything all cleaned up, ready to go, so I can slap it together. So when I get that one out of the dunk tank, when I get carb number 2 out of the dunk tank, I'm gonna stick 3 and 4 in at the same time. I think I can squeeze 2 of them in there.